But if it's stupid and it works, is it really stupid? Probably, but it'll work though. Eat those grapes. Ooh. Dang, girl, you got a nice booty. That's where you can find Dan at DD Speed Shop.
Sorry?
On the app, the grinder app. What up, everybody? Welcome back to the garage. I'm kind of torn because I'm watching the World Cup finals and I got to do work at the same time. So I'm like, I want to watch this, but I got to do that at the same time. Big dilemma. Kind of like when you go to fart and then you accidentally shart. We're just lucky that all the Hondas are exploding, so there's like brakes. Is a spider web connected to my face? What the? All the Hondas are exploding, so we got some time to do some work. Gear it up, bro. Damn it. I got the upper one all the way out, cleaned up, I put the bar in place, and then I was like, oh no, do I have to take out this other piece? So this is what I have here, but I realized that this piece has to come out too, or else this doesn't go all the way up where it's supposed to go, because you can see that there's a little lip hanging right here. And this notch right here is supposed to line up with this notch right here in the frame. So that piece has to come out. I have a feeling these are like the rear seat belts. So they have to come out too. Grind it all back down again and try again. I'm literally not joking when I say, oh my God, you can even see it on my face, that I've been under there for 4 hours now. And I've already cleaned up all the grinding dust off the ground once. But yeah, torque boxes are, the upper one's in place. I did have to take that piece out. I did leave the piece where the seat belts go through because I need those, but I cut everything else out. And this is tacked into place. All we gotta do is weld it now. That's the upper one done. The other ones I still didn't even clean up the boxes yet. Like I said, 10 out of 10, would not recommend. I'm gonna go inside, finish watching World Cup finals, work on my merch website a little bit more, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, we back, fresh to death. Look at it. Look at it, just look at it. Also, look how narrow the Fox is compared to the SN95. Like the bumper fits inside the bumper. Convenient for storing, except it's just a narrow car. Like I said, I did clean up under here a little bit. These are our torque boxes right there. I cannot bring myself to lay underneath this car again today for another 4 hours, so that's as far as we're for now. We're gonna start moving on to things in the front of this thing to hopefully get this thing to fire real soon, even if it runs without coolant or the turbos, because I don't have oil feed lines or return lines for it yet. We can still get it to fire NA and just like, you know, enjoy the work that's been put into this car. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. So what we're gonna do to start is we're gonna build this line that goes across the top of the manifold right here for our fuel system. And the fittings are actually from our A-Turbo build. They're actually supplied by Shipbox Supply. So you know it works good. We're actually gonna go under the manifold on this one. So we're gonna go 90 here, around 90 there, and just like that. Super clean. So we cut right in the center of that tape, put our end on, and we'll be good to go. Honestly, I just use a grinder to cut off the hose, so just... preferably one that's not dead. All my tools are just like freaking dead battery holders. Wireless charge tools. Idea, patent it. I haven't smelled that much burnt rubber since the last time we had a sleepover at Tokyo's house. Wait, what? No, I mean, oh, it just slip in there ever so good. Oh, don't worry, I cleaned it out too with air and water and stuff as well. Oh, look at it go. Here it comes. It's stuck. Uh-oh, it's actually stuck. Now I know a lot of people like to Y this system and then run pressure to both rails, but I'm just gonna run it in the back of one side, comes through, goes through the other one to the regulator. As long as your fuel pump doesn't suck, shouldn't matter. I gotta steal that bolt because I stole it from Gina the first time. I gotta steal the balancer bolt because I stole it from Gina the first time. I had an ARP one that I didn't put in because I didn't have a 27mm socket or whatever the conversion to America's is. So I gotta steal that bolt back. We're gonna have to bust out Daddy on this one. That's what we call the big one, Daddy. With a chrome socket. You know what this reminds me of? Remember that photo of the 5 black dudes and then the white chick on the couch? That's what's happening right here. That was just spinning the crank. Come on, Daddy, you can do it! Haha, I knew you could. If you didn't, I'd have to throw you in the garbage. We're just gonna be reusing the stock style balancer. If Gina wants to upgrade after that, it's totally up to her. But for now, you're getting a stocky boy. Yay! Freaking, here's our install bolt. It's just 2 bolts welded together, pretty off-centered and not very straight. But if it's stupid and it works, is it really stupid? Probably, but it'll work though. We're gonna go do a quick parts run to get some hopefully last items to be able to fire this thing, I think.
Okay.
We might have to borrow some parts from my car and then, yeah, make stuff work. Make it work project. Today's a make it work project. Parts run. Eat those grapes. Ooh. If you don't stop for gas station snacks, are you even middle class fancy?
Wait, look. Potato wedges.
Middle class fancy. I feel like we're Dan and Danny right now.
What?
What do you mean? They always be getting foods.
Do we not always be getting foods?
Yeah.
Like, I like to eat.
And we're back. Wait, it didn't focus. Why is autofocus not working? Yep. We're back. We got oil. We got oil lines. We got fittings. We got spark plugs. We got a Gina. Picked up a magical Gina. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start working on the feed and return lines for the oil or the turbos. She's gonna put spark plugs in this thing and then steal the IAC and TPS from my throttle body, and we'll go from there. That's what we're gonna do. I just told you what we're gonna do.
This is the first I've heard of it, so
yep.
Yes.
That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Spark plugs, lady.
Okay.
So there's 8 holes and 8 spark plugs. So the spark plug holes are like right here and there.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
there.
yeah.
See that?
I see that. Mm-hmm.
See that? Got that? What I'm gonna do is I have to make a custom oil return fitting. So I have to weld. This is the fitting that came with the turbo. We need to be a -10, so I'm gonna weld this fitting to this fitting, and
Do I need to check anything on this?
nope, Tokyo already gapped those. Thank you, Uncle Tokyo. Uncle Tokyo gapped those.
Thank you, Uncle Tokyo.
So I'm gonna weld these 2 fittings together so we can start our oil return fittings.
Uncle Tokyo.
Sometimes you just gotta use what you got. I had some fittings here. I had these little fittings here. I just joined them together. I made fittings. Use what you got, lady. That's what I say about my.
Use what I got.
That's what I say about my wiener too. Use what I got.
You did a pretty good job.
She's being nice right now. Come on, Jeffrey, you can do it. Pave the way, put your back into it. Plugs are in. I'm gonna install this ICT billet oil feed plate that just goes down to the bottom by the filter down there. And Gina's gonna she's robbing parts up. Dang, girl, you got a nice booty. She's gonna rob parts off my car. She's gonna steal the idle air and the throttle position sensor. For now.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. So I'm gonna install this piece. I did run one oil feed line here. It's gonna come to this T right here. This one's gonna build a line from that one to this one and then go from down behind everything down to this piece on the back. If I can find enough oil lines. All right, go in our handy dandy orange drawer here. Get some 10 AM line. Here you go, yeet. Nice catch. We're gonna need some straight fittings and some 90-degree fittings. Missing a 90-degree fitting, but it should be somewhere. Gina's gonna build us some oil return lines because she's already done all her tasks. You've got to go from here, the bottom of the turbo, down to on the engine block here, on the pan. There's this little fitting. There's this little fitting right there.
Plug?
That plug.
Yeah.
You got to remove that plug and put in one of these fittings that we had bought.
Oh yeah, okay. The double one? Yeah, okay.
This one. And then you have to put the 90 on this side and the straight end on that side and make a hose to attach it.
What do I use to cut this?
Grinder. Yeah.
Okay.
The app though. That's where you can find Dan at DD Speed Shop.
Sorry?
On the app, the grinder app.
Okay. You said the bottom one uses the 90 and this one uses the straight?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can come straight off the bottom of the turbo there.
Makes sense.
So what I do is I'll take the fitting out.
It's not very big.
But it's black.
Whoa!
And then take it apart. So, yep, that piece comes off. And when you go to build your hose, you'll measure it from here, so to the top, like there, to the other fitting. Like it won't fit inside unless you...
Like actually do this?
So it actually goes in this piece first, and then you push this all the way to the bottoms of in this piece.
Okay.
And then you thread that piece through it.
Okay. So it's like a compression piece.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So when I measure it, I just measure it like to here on that piece. So I screw that piece into the turbo drain, and then I screw the other piece onto the fitting down there, and then that's how I measure
the distance
Yes.
from like this on both of them.
Yes, you got it. You got it. You got it figured out. And now I just got to find the bolt and the gasket for this one, because good at losing things. I plugged in our oil pressure sensor down there on our fitting. I'm going to build the oil feed up to this piece right here now. And then build another one from here to here. And then she can build a return line from there to there as well. She did steal the coil packs from my motor, so these ones will go on here just for test firing. And we have to install the map sensor as well. That's another thing that I forgot we have to do.
What size is it?
10 AN.
What size?
There's a special wrench for it. It's an aluminum wrench so you don't break the anodized fitting.
And what about, is it
But it's Amazon as well, so this might not fit on there.
Okay. It fits.
There you go.
Give it to me.
There you go.
Yeah.
Teamwork makes the dream work. It's nice having my own little slave.
Wow.
Gina couldn't get enough torque from the bottom, so she had to like crawl the engine bay to get the bolt.
Because it's easier for me to just pull it upwards than it is for me to do it sideways, that's all. That's all. I'm also really sore from that wrestling match thing that I did.
Yeah, Gina did like some sort of powerlifting competition wrestling match with a stick.
It's called mass.
Don't measure it wrong.
Listen,
It's okay. We got a lot of hose. You can mess one or two up.
I think we all know that you're the one who like measures once and cuts twice. That's you.
Yeah, I measure once, cut 3 times, because you measure it long and then you cut it one. You just keep cutting it until you get the length you need. Am I wrong?
The saying is measure twice, cut once.
No.
That's the saying.
Why would you
yes.
measure it 2 times? What a waste of time when you could cut it 3 times.
He's like, grab your fittings, but I want to try it first.
Okay.
Poo this stinky hose now.
Like I said, it smells like a sleepover at Tokyo's house. I'm just gonna get sucked up a little tiny bit.
Like, is this okay?
Hopefully.
You wanna come look at it? I mean, I don't really know how else it's supposed to go.
Yeah, that'll work. You just have to. What we'll do is we'll just tip the bottom one up a little bit more, and it'll put more slack in the center here to get away from the turbo a little bit more.
Sure, okay. So now I can take my fittings.
Now you put your fittings on it. All right, oil feed all the way up to both sides, done. Gina's working on the return lines over there. Working her first AN line, actually. You're gonna be the hose fitter from now on, the engine builder. We're giving you all kinds of new jobs. You're the engine builder now, so. I'm going to pull the intake off because we have to put a map sensor on it. I do have a map sensor for it. It's a Holley 3.5 bar, but I think it has to go in the back here. So I'm going to see what threaded holes I have in the back that we can work with. Get her done.
So like here.
Just a tiny bit on the threads, that's what I do.
The outside or the inside threads?
These ones.
Well, you didn't say.
Constant pressure and lubrication. She said, what if I get it right the first time? What do I get? A blowjob?
Please.
I guess, maybe.
Because you only cut it once, and I feel like it's pretty
You feel
good.
like I cut it more than once every time? You got it?
The bottom one, I'll just tighten it so that it's like raised a little bit, and then
Raised a little tiny bit, and then yeah, it'll gravity drain down.
you wanna come look? Come check it, homeboy.
Oh yeah, look, that works perfect.
See?
It's away from the exhaust.
I just have to, like I said, I'll just tighten it so that it's raised a little bit, right? Because that'll
That'll work fine.
sit.
Now we gotta do the same thing on this side, except I don't know where the gasket and the bolts are to mount this flange. Excuse you?
What?
You're just like squatting inside the wheel well right now.
Yes, because I can
Your phone's
see.
gonna fall out of your pocket though.
What?
Your phone's gonna fall out of your pocket. So Gina's in the wheel well again.
I fit.
You fit, you do fit. She's gonna do this return line, and I took the intake manifold off, as you can see. I've got to fit our sensor in here, so I might tap this hole right here, drill that one out, put a 90-degree fitting in it, and then weld this one shut above it, because that was the one for like a factory style sensor. So I'm gonna tap this one right here, and drill the portion out. We're gonna take the intake manifold apart, clean it out, put a 90 on it so the sensor will fit sideways right here, and then that will be our map sensor.
Figured is way weaker than my right hand.
Why is your left hand way weaker than your right hand?
Because my right hand is my wrenching hand.
Oh.
Like, all the years that I was on the tools, it was always my primary hand. I just like realized, because
It isn't because you masturbated like 100 dudes before.
What? You're not wrong. You just said you're not.
Anyways, I'm using the AN wrench here to use my tap. Yep, that's how I do it around here. That's so good. Not even going backwards because it's like the perfect size. Okay, I'll recut it. Welded up the top side here. Drilled out the bottom one and tapped it. I just have to clean it out a little bit. I might pull the hat off just to make sure I didn't get anything on the inside. Gina,
Yeah.
getting that second hose going.
Yeah.
You the king of hose.
Yeah.
And yeah, then the intake manifold can go back on. And this is what the Btr intake looks like on the inside. This is what you get, and it goes like down under and it comes up through and then down through the runners. Low pro. Good thing I took it apart because there was a couple little majiggies in there. You getting it, lady?
I think so.
You twisting hose right now. These are some big ports just to go to Beat Cathedral. I'm in your way, aren't I?
Yeah, you are.
I just need to clean that out and then blow it out and then I can be out of your way.
Okay.
Let's see if you actually made it too short or
I
not.
was like, oh, tight. We'll see. It might be.
It's okay, we got an abundance of hose, just... Doesn't it look so good so far?
Yeah, I should have.
You want me to grab it for
Yeah,
you?
I could have done it the other way, I guess. Where I did the top first.
There you go.
Is it too short or is it too tight?
I don't know.
Oh, you waited for me to do it.
The moment of truth here, lady.
Wow.
I love how you just like fit inside the fender well here.
I know, right? A tiny.
Ooh, it is stretched pretty far.
It
thing is,
threads though, bitch!
I can clock that turbo a little bit. It's not facing exactly down either.
No, you just don't really. It's like it's not.
No, like this fitting right here actually needs to be pointed towards that way a little bit more too anyways.
Oh, good. You made me fit up a hose and it wasn't even set where it needs to be.
No, well, it's going to work in your favor because it's just not straight down, that's all.
Okay. Well, basically it fits.
There we go. 2 oil return hoses, done.
Actually, it's not that bad. It just
No,
you have to
not.
do it top to bottom, not bottom to top, because I couldn't get it otherwise. But it's not super tight.
Oil to the turbos and from the turbos, done. We just got to put our map sensor in, the starter in, converter bolts, our coil packs, and we should be able to do, makeshift a fuel system. And we can attempt to fire it up tomorrow.
Makeshift a fuel system.
Yeah, we're just gonna
What does that mean?
we're just gonna have like a pump on the side somewhere and do like a cherry can or something just to get fuel to it for now. Anyways, that's it for today. I'm going to the gym. She's going to the gym. We go to different gyms, obviously, because she's got a bigger behind than me. I do CrossFit, so I don't actually make many gains, like physically. But that's it. That's it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned because we're going to be working it out here again tomorrow. See you again tomorrow. Peace easy and get that V.